Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Psalms 9. I will praise you, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth your marvelous word. I'll be glad and rejoice in you. I'll sing praise to your name, O Most High. We will praise you, O Lord, with all heart. We will show forth all your marvelous works. We'll be glad and rejoice in you. We'll sing praise to your name, O Most High. Only through the power of God we could do that. Psalms 25 says, Unto you, O Lord, do we lift up our souls. O my God, we trust in you. Let us not be ashamed. Do not let our enemies triumph over us. Peace be to you guys, man. Peace be to you guys. I hope you let the Lord lead you today. Trust and obey. Trust the Lord, and let's just see where he leads things. Today, I want to go back to an original poster way back in 2016. Unite the Seven. And a question was posed to Zack Snyder concerning this by Joel Neer. He said, Hey, Zack Snyder, was Unite the Seven indicating another member? And why did the pods in Man of Steel look like dildos? Now, what's interesting is Zack Snyder had a particular response to this. And it actually directly related to two different things. And what, the thing about Zack is he usually has what was called double entendre, which is something that has multiple meanings, generally speaking, two meanings. And Zack is known for doing that kind of thing. And that's what makes Zack's movies, to me, really awesome. So he responds to Joel Neer saying, it had a double meaning. The 7 C's and the 7 members of Justice League. And so if you look here, this was referring to 7 members of the Justice League. Here we have 5. Superman makes 6. So there's always this big question mark on who's the 7th. And like he said also, it also depicted the 7 C's. And in Aquaman, we're going to find out more about the 7 C's. In fact, in an Aquaman comic, Death of a King, the secret of the 7 C's is seen there. And one of the depictions here is actually seen in the concept art of Aquaman. Here you see the different kings for the different kingdoms of the different seas. And here in the concept art of Aquaman, we see the different kings here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see there's 7 kings. There's the fisherman king here that we know. And there are different other kings. King Nereus is another king of another kingdom. And here King Nereus is approaching King Orm. And again, you see this is the concept art here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see the Atlanteans there. And then you have all the other soldiers of King Nereus on this side, King Orm, and the Atlantean soldiers on this side, riding sharks. Here it is in the actual movie. The sharks here, and you can see the 2 kings approaching each other here. This would be Orm over here, and King Nereus. Vulko would be on this creature here. And here in the background, you see the kings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7 C's is depicted by 7 different kingdoms. And so, as Zack Snyder said, Unite the Seven also depicts and explains the 7 C's. And he goes on to, using the context of the 7 C's and the 7 members of Justice League, say this in context concerning what this guy said, how, the pods in Man of Steel look like dildos. And if you really look at them, they do kind of look like that. He said, and the amount of reasons why dildos is too many to count. So he's saying that, because we have 7 members of the Justice League and 7 C's, the amount of reasons why the dildos is too many to count. There are many different reasons why these are looking like dildos. And I can give you a couple, but let's get to it. Let's see. So these things look like dildos. And if we look at this little sequence of events here, this was General Zod and his people being sent into the Phantom Zone and being captured in a whirl engine. And basically dildos are the same thing as flying dicks. And if you do think about it, just think about this. General Zod was a tremendous dickhead to his people because he was killing his own people. He was assassinating his own leadership. So it was very fitting that he's a flying dick and he's flying straight up into a whirl engine. And there were many flying dicks because Zod had his own army. So everybody who agreed with General Zod was a dickhead. So that's one of the reasons. Of course, another reason is that we had many. This was just the beginning of the dickheads. But as you can see, the Justice League had to deal with many dickheads. And so did the 7 C's. So, when Zack says so many reasons, too many to number, we can just think of the numeracy of how many villains or bad guys, which are dickheads, which are dicks or dildos, who try to force their way into having people do what they say, hence you're a dickhead. There are numerous ways. Even in Aquaman, Orm is going to be a dickhead, right? And so on and so on. So this is my explanation for why it looks like a dildo. Or a dick, or a penis head, a dick. It looks like a dick. It's not the balls, it's the dick. And he's saying these guys are dicks. That's what he's basically saying. I mean, you can't get it more obvious than that. But for me, this is what makes the Snyder Cut, in my opinion, so awesome. Because since the advertising of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, we were getting hints about what Aquaman would be, and paralleling it with Justice League. And that's the kind of skill and brilliance that Zack has. Now we know that this pentadent here is not, this actually came from Arthur Curry's mother, Atlanta. So Arthur Curry's mother, Atlanta, this is the staff that she carried, the quintident. Okay, this was hers. So he was carrying that, and Orm had his father's. But Aquaman or Arthur Curry will eventually carry the trident of Neptune, Neptune's trident, also known as Poseidon. So he'll end up with that in the end, but he doesn't quite have that yet. He's carrying his mother's, and I don't think he knew that it was his mother's, or maybe he does. We'll find out soon enough. But there you go. So I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys are able to bring praise to God with your whole heart and show all His marvelous works. You guys have a great one.